Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jackson options out left.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
From the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes Grant on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 62 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end right.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And that'll make it 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target.
Willie Snead all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 47 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now here come the Dolphins. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 39, Rosen. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson rolling to his left. Brought in left side by Snead. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here we go. Hey, come on. Right. He's down right here. Down on the right. Three down.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jackson now to throw again. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Take care of him. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. He's got it to Ingram. Complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Drake. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 times. Hey, 4 down.
Now a handoff for Drake. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Check. 180. Check 48. Come on. Here we go.
They'll run with Drake, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will knot us up at 10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Ingram again, a first down carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go play action now. Jackson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Jackson. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 30 yards. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means?
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The big Tank Carradine with a sack. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Get ready.
At their own 4-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Rosa here down around his own goal line. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there and a first down. Now it's Rosa. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Parker the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. He's got a first down past the 30. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Running, it's Drake. There he goes right side, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Sanders on for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 24. Jackson options out left. Now a first carry for their fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready up. Front nine. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On second down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Jackson now on second and 10, eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On third down, Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return is Irvin. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On 2nd down and 4, Jackson escaping the pressure, and he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They'll run here with Ingram. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd down and goal. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Ravens have broken the tie.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Tucker now to add the point after. And and they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Ravens 24,
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Three down. Yes.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Right back to Drake. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Irvin to return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I can't believe they even let you play.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson options out left. And an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Rosen will throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
That's a run 4-yard line.
Jackson, options out left. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. It's a gain of 35.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Here's Jackson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And Roberts with it over the middle. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Drake. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Drake. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Ballage. Taking it in. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Roberts. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Throwing now is Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Following a fumble recovery, it's Rosen going deep here for Parker. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Parker unable to get that one, but it'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, 180. Let's go. Hey.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete here. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that'll bring up second down. As overtime wears on, something to keep in mind, it is hot down there on the field.
And if we think it's a sauna, what are they feeling down there? And this is where both teams find out about their strength and conditioning program. All the work they put into it to get to this moment, and did the guys follow the mantra of hydrating ahead of time so they're ready to go right now.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Rosen. Out to his left. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
To try again after the sack. Rosen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Now a play fake here on first down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Michael Pierce. In all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tie. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Here's Matt Hawk now, on for a very important punt here in overtime.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson letting one go deep for Roberts. He's got a man complete. A huge play there in overtime. 42 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. To throw is Jackson on 3rd down. He finds Roberts complete. Big chunks of yardage the last few plays, and the Ravens have another first down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. And now it's Rosen looking. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So that will be it. And how about that to start a season, Charles? Both teams 0-0-1.
Say that again?
Yeah, 0-0-1.
That is not what you expect to see when you look at the box scores, right? When you look at the standings after a game like that. And do you really think they worked the whole summer, the whole offseason to come in week 1 and leave with a tie?
No, I don't. But, hey, I guess better than being 0-1-0.
Good point.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.